Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Buckeye Politics. It is me, your favorite Ohioan. Today, we're going to be doing a deep dive into the Chicago mayoral election because the primary will be held 2 days from now on Tuesday, February 28th, 2023, to elect the mayor of Chicago, Illinois, a formerly great American city. Before I get into the video, I want to just ask everyone to like and subscribe if you have not already. So let's get right into it. So Lori Lightfoot, if you did not know, is the incumbent mayor of Chicago. She is running for re-election to a second term, where she won back in 2019 with 73% of the vote in the second round. She won in an absolute landslide. The first round, she only had 17%. The second round, however, she got 73%, obviously, won in a landslide, and she was very popular, but since she's been in office, she has done a very poor job at running Chicago. I'm not even saying that, like from a conservative point of view. Like, even objectively, and even, like, left-wingers don't like her. That's why she has so many challengers. All of them you can see here. Some are more important than others, obviously. Most of these people are just perennial candidates. They're going to get like 3% of the vote. But some of her major opponents are Paul Vallas, who is the former CEO of Chicago Public Schools. He ran for governor of Illinois in 2002, and he was the nominee for lieutenant governor of Illinois in 2014. He's running a sort of, I guess you could say, a conservative platform, as he has always been more of a blue dog Democrat, socially pretty much center of the aisle, fiscally center of the aisle. He's very much a centrist. He actually considered switching to the Republican Party around 2010, and he is now, but he stayed as a Democrat, and he's now running for mayor. He is personally my choice for this election, as he has ran a campaign focused on crime and education, two things Chicago really needs. And he has a history of delivering as being a CEO of the Chicago Public Schools, and even as when he ran for office as a Democrat, he often, supported the police, and he has also received the endorsement of many of Chicago's police unions, as well as some of the more centrist to even maybe conservatives members of the city council. Excuse me. We also have Troy Garcia, who is the U.S. representative from Illinois' 4th Congressional District. He's been there since 2019. He's also the former commissioner of Cook County, the county that Chicago is in. So he has a lot of name recognition. He is certainly more of a progressive candidate, but he has a lot of name recognition. He was originally kind of the guy who people thought would end up winning this race, but at the end of the day, he's kind of fallen off a little bit, and Paul Vallas has kind of surged to the front runner to take on Lori Lightfoot. So we're going to come down here and look at some polling for the race. As you can see, it's kind of all over the place. There's been a lot of polls for here by a lot of really low-tier pollsters. We're going to look at Mason-Dixon. That's one of the few polls that is traditionally more accurate. They have Troy Garcia in first place with 20% of the vote. They have Paul Vallas in second place with 18% of the vote, and Lori Lightfoot in third place with 17%. So this is huge, the fact that Lori Lightfoot is not even in the top three, because the way this election works is because there's so many candidates, and this is how all Chicago elections are, is there's going to be the primary, essentially. It's a blank primary, so every single one of these people is going to be on one ballot in 2 days from now, on Tuesday, and they're going to vote for them, obviously, and the top two are going to advance the actual election, which will be in April. So, if Lori Lightfoot does not get first or second place, she's gone. Even if she's the incumbent mayor, she cannot win re-election if she does not get first or second on the ballot. And as you can see here, according to one of the more accurate pollsters, she is currently it's close, obviously. She's only down by a point against Paul Vallas, who, as I said, is the more conservative Democrat running. And she's down by 3 against Troy Garcia, who is the more progressive candidate running. And a couple of these polls here, you can see she's in first. She's in this poll. I'm not even sure who this pollster is. She's winning with 24%. This other pollster, she's getting crushed by Paul Vallas, who's at 31%. She's at 16. This other poll by BSP, she's in third place again. And then the most recent poll from M3 Strategies has her once again in third place with only 13% of the vote to Paul Vallas' 32%, and Brandon Johnson coming out of nowhere with 18%. Brandon Johnson's kind of a pretty much, he's the former Cook County, or he is the Cook County commissioner. He's kind of just a generic Democrat. I don't really know a whole lot about him, in all honesty. It's kind of been a late surge for him, as Troy Garcia seems to be falling. So the question is will Lori Lightfoot lose? I think it's very likely, honestly. I would not be surprised. I think Paul Vallas is probably going to come in first. I don't think he's going to win by the margin he's leading by. Like, some of these pollsters have him up by like 10, 15 points. I don't think it's going to be it. I think this poll by Mason-Dixon is probably going to be the more accurate one. But I think Paul Vallas will probably come in first, as he has surged a lot in the recent few days. I think Troy Garcia will probably come in second. That or Lori Lightfoot. I think it's really just going to be a very close race between Lori Lightfoot, Brandon Johnson, and Troy Garcia. As for a while, it looked like Lori Lightfoot it'd be a battle between Lightfoot and Garcia. However, Paul Vallas has kind of swooped in. He's got a lot of the more, I guess you could say, moderate, centrist, even just conservative voters in Chicago to kind of unite around him. while Lori Lightfoot appears to be in a bit of trouble, in all honesty. So I think it's really going to be a three-way race for second between Troy Garcia, Brandon Johnson, and Lori Lightfoot. I would probably give the edge to Garcia or Lightfoot right now. But it's going to be very close, however. That's all I can say. This is going to be very interesting. We are going to be streaming it on Tuesday, so please come in and watch. I really hope you enjoyed this quick little video on the Chicago mayoral election. If you live in Chicago, please be sure to vote for Paul Vallis, or really whoever you want. But I do hope you vote. I hope you make your voice heard. And I will see you in the stream on Tuesday. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.